Greetings from home, dear ones. We join you with a game already in progress, for you have been in motion for some time. You have been playing a game with pretending to be a human with all your blindfolds on. So magical, you cannot even see your completeness. You can see your imperfections. And we find that fascinating because you believe those to be your imperfections. Well, we find it fascinating because it's actually those imperfections that create beauty on your planet. Own them. Hold them dear. Guard them. Be proud of them. And watch how your reality changes. But we are here this day to bring you a message for the coming month, for the coming times, and to also give you a vision of where you are as humanity right in this moment. These are very unique times because humans are becoming aware that you are multidimensional in nature. You've always been aware that what you see in front of you that you call your reality is only a small section of what you actually can experience and stretch out into. Well, that is why we are here today, to start describing this. We have actually mentioned this a couple of years ago, and it was not taken well because it was not understood. So let us explain this again, because here humanity is at a junction where you can do the same thing again. Let us go back and explain from an individual basis first, because you'll understand that easier. If you have an individual walking down the illusion of time, pretending to be a human with the blindfolds on, what happens is they come to a point where they must make choices. Well, you're aware the choice is actually at the base of your power. It is the understanding and the expression of your light on planet Earth. So you make these wonderful choices, but what of the other choice? So you make a choice to move in the direction of A. We'll simply say, what happened to B and C and D and E? The other opportunities that you had to make a choice. Well, dear ones, you are multidimensional in nature. You miss nothing. Ever. Have you ever wondered what your life would be like if you went back quite a few years earlier and actually had made a different choice? Perhaps decided to be in a relationship with someone other than the person you're married to now, or perhaps choosing to have children or not to have children. Major decisions that totally change your life. Fascinating. Well, what happens, dear ones, when you choose to go down this reality that says that you are going to honor this choice, all of the other choices are taken up by your other dimensions. You miss nothing. All of it is experienced from the whole, but only a small section of it is experienced in your reality. It's a bandwidth of vibration, basically. Well, you understand that there are many radio waves going through your body right now. In fact, if we were to capture all the radio waves that are traversing through your body without a problem, you could probably pick up many individual radio stations, but they're actually all going through your body at once. You actually have to tune in to a single radio station, and that requires a device that you call a radio, and basically bring in that one out of all the rest. Well, that is how your reality is tuned right now. When you wake up in the morning, you know your name, you know where you're going, you know the parts that you are playing because you're in this dimensional reality. Now, wouldn't it be nice once in a while to jump into one of these other realities and see how your choices would have worked out? You have that capability now because all humans are starting to be aware that you are multidimensional in nature and that that's actually your true nature, not a new evolution. This is a new discovery. And that is where all humans are right now. So many of you are learning how to access your other dimensions of time and space. Many of you are starting to learn how to teach others and to guide others into multidimensional healing modalities, which can be very powerful. But what of the collective? Now, you're coming into some interesting parts. Does the collective vibration of humanity, as each of you know it, does it cover the full gambit of vibrational ranges, or is it too only a small segment of reality? We tell you, dear ones, as big as you think that is, it's a small segment of reality. One that you are tuned into on your own radio dial, so that your body can hold and filter through that reality. Does it mean nothing else has happened? No. All sorts of things are happening right in front of you, but you can't see them because you're tuned into one reality, one vibrational range. Now, the collective vibration of humanity is the same, and it is tuned into one experience. Now, what happens? Does that mean that there's other ones out? Yes, there are. And here is the beautiful part of that. Humans can choose which one to live in. And that is new. You've always had the dimensions, but you've never had the ability to even perceive them or become aware that they are there until recently. Now that you are reaching a level of your own vibration as humans, where you can start to see beyond some of the illusions that were placed there to create and to convince you that you are having a human experience. All of it is there. Now, here's a beautiful part. Can you go back in your own mind and pull up a tragedy in humanity? Something that happened that brought huge tragedy and huge horrible feelings and even grieving to the people around you. You may go back to the day the Hindenburg crashed. You may go back to the day that the Twin Towers fell. You can go back to anything that made a huge imprint in humanity, in your area, wherever it is. Now you're starting to get the idea. There are other places, other dimensional realities where that was avoided, where it didn't happen. It was a choice. It was a choice of the collective to experience something. Now, you're becoming conscious. Now, humans, light workers, are becoming aware that you are multidimensional, that you have parts of you that extend far beyond this limited range. And in a very short time, every single person on earth is going to start being able to use that consciously. This truly is an awakening from the dream. You are all starting to awaken and find that you are in the game in progress. And you can change it. Not only can you change your own individual reality by choosing very carefully, but can you choose which one of these all the humans are going to No, of course you can't. You're only responsible for you. However, you can choose which one of those you wish to live in. And that is new. There has been such a vibrational separation between dimensions and reality, which was very needed for humans to play the game. You woke up in these bodies of density and you had to adjust to them. You had to find out how they worked. You had to decide how you were going to evolve in them, if they were even going to work for the evolution of your spirit, and they did. And you've evolved them in so many magical ways. But now what we are telling you is the collective. That which you see when you turn on your televisions and you get news about your world and you think that is truth. Well, dear ones, it's only a small part of it. That's the reality. You can choose where you wish to live. What if you wish to live in one of those worlds that has only had two wars ever and is not in war at the current time. Can you remember a time in your own lives where there was no war? That is beautiful. That is an evolution of the collective. You can take yourself from this environment and bring yourself over here. And what happens, many of you are feeling so responsible. Well, if I abandon that, then they're going to have all this horrible... Well, dear ones, it's all a balance now, isn't it? It's all a balance. You're going to experience some negative over here, and over on this side, in another aspect of yourself, it's going to be extremely positive. Over here, you're going to have a person who, no matter what you do, you just can't seem to do this one thing. Well, that also means that way over here, another aspect of yourself is a master at that, carrying a lot of information. Now is the time where you're starting to be able to glean the information from all aspects of yourself and perfect yourself in a lot of ways. But you can also choose which reality you wish to live in. You have joined the game already in progress. Where would you like to take it? Where are your dreams? Many of you have gone into survival, and that means you step out of your dreams. You go into only the things you know, and you even step backwards in your own belief system sometimes. It's not a problem. You're human. You're supposed to be experiencing all of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, every part. Because that's how you find beauty on planet Earth when you are pretending to be a human. Keep up the great work, dear ones. The collective vibration of humanity has many dimensions. And each of you can actually choose which dimension you wish to be in from this point forward. Choose well, dear ones. Play the game. Know that you are finding the path of least resistance, as all forms of energy do. Know that you are carrying more light than you probably will ever see while you are on this body. But we see it. We know who you are. We are here to remind you of that beautiful game and those beautiful decisions that you made that put you here, right now, in the game, already in progress. It is with the greatest of honor we ask you to treat each other with respect, nurture one another at every opportunity, play well together,